Benvenuti in questo nuovo video. Oggi siamo con Hrvoje, uno dei protagonisti dei mondiali di One Piece Card Game, che quest'oggi al Regional Offline di Novegro, al Sai Event, ha deciso di portare Reiju. È arrivata in finale, ma non è riuscito a vincere contro il finalista Lucci. Però ho deciso di chiedergli questa intervista per parlarci di questo leader e di questo mazzo molto spicy che oggi ci mostrerà. Nice to meet you. Can you show us your deck list?
Yeah. So first, I would like to start off with a disclaimer. It's not my list. The list is by Joris Verhelst. He played the same list in Utrecht and got top 32 with Reiju, which I don't think many people noticed, but it's the reason I'm doing this deck profile. I didn't perform well. I didn't win the side event. But I think he deserves recognition for his work on developing this deck. He even wrote a guide for Patreon that Christian and I have, the Cloud Chasers, for specifically this deck, and presented this deck list. Actually, not this exact deck list because I don't have all the cards, but I'll just guide you quickly through the deck. So, of course, you play 4 of the best purple card and 4 of the mini version, because in this deck especially, like when you play this, you draw 3 cards. Like, I don't think it needs much explaining. Yeah. Then for the Niji, you play 3 of each because he's less important as a combo piece. In the current meta, like there's not that many 4-cost units because Law, like he plays for kids, for Queen, for Sunday, all the 5 costs and the Sanjis, of course. And Black Halo Luffy is also a bunch of 5 costs. So you don't really have much of targets for him, but you still want him for the judge play. And in the finals, I did the judge play without him. Like I couldn't find a small one, so that made quite a big difference because I couldn't bounce his Oluchi. Then 4 of the Ichijis, like this card is still just insane when you bring it out early, especially as not many decks run Ice Age at higher number of copies anymore. If you bring him out early against Black, he's just devastating, like swinging 7k every turn. And of course, 2 Judge, the premier late game play. Not much to say. Like if there's a boss monster that's like comparable to Moria, it's this, because for 8 Dawn you can get, how much is it? 24 Dawn worth of cards. And now why the deck is suddenly like more playable and good in OPS 7 than it was before is because of this card. This card got printed. It's Porche. For those who don't know, she is 3 cost 5k, no counter. On play, you -1 Dawn. Look at top 5 cards of your deck. Add a Foxy Pirates type card. She does not exclude herself from the search. And then you play a 4k power or less purple card from your hand. So it includes all the kids. Like he's the strongest one. He's 4k. And obviously you get the search. If you hit, you get the leader draw. So she's just letting you board 2 bodies without giving up anything except your Dawn. And to help her, sometimes hit searches, you run 4 of the Chopper. He's a 2-cost blocker, but he has the upside. If you're on equal or even Dawn, equal or lower Dawn, he ramps you for 1 rested, which is like insane, because what it allows you to do is, even when you don't have Porche, even if you have just like some kids pair, like if you're going second and on 4 you have this, you play her, draw 3 cards, play Chopper, maybe play Chopper first, or go down to 5 cards in hand, draw cards, and then this ramps you. It's so powerful because it lets you go to your judge play mostly unhindered, and it's so cheap that you can squeeze it into most turns. And then you just run 2 of the 2k just because she's searchable. She doesn't have an effect, like it's leader lock to Foxy. So yeah, this engine is just really strong because in most matchups, you don't actually want to use it. It's something I see people do wrong when they play Reiju. You don't just want to use it instantly on 3 and minus for her and minus for kid, because then you just go Dawn minus and you're playing with 3 Dawn next turn. Usually you just want to wait a little bit, maybe play out a pair like this, and then next turn do this into something else to start overwhelming the opponent. But the exception to that is when you play against Red Purple Law. Like the way you high roll him nowadays, if you draw this and these 2, and actually happened to me in side event against one of the players. I had stage on 1, this on 3, and then again this on 5. So I just killed him in like 7 minutes or something like that. It was a really quick game. And then just mostly, I guess there's still 4 of the searchable 2k, the Sora. And then these 2 Sanjis, they should be the blue Sanjis that you get as a promo in Pirate Party, I think, together with the Sakazuki leader, but we didn't get those in Croatia yet, so I don't have them. But the thing is, he's searchable. The blue Sanji has the Kingdom of Germa typing, so you can add him with the stage, which is a must-have in the deck, and the event, which isn't as good nowadays, just because it's difficult to. You usually don't need it because the deck now goes through the deck so much faster due to Porche and all the card draws. But it's also just bad trigger. Don't want to see it late game, no counter. And then just like the tech spots, there's 2 pudding, a card you must see against Black Halo Luffy. You can still win without it, but it makes the job like significantly easier because it reduces their hand size, and obviously helps against Bonnie and all the decks that want to hoard hand, and then just 2 queens. Like this card is far from fantastic in this deck, but it's like a filler play when you have nothing else, when you don't see stage. It's important because I had a game against Lucci where I won without seeing stage, just because on 6 I played this, I drew 2 cards, discard 1, which was like ETG or something to set up the grave, and then you draw another one from Reiju. So it's like a very cheap way to establish a card advantage and fix your hand when you don't have stage.
Okay.
And yeah, that's it for the deck. And as I said, all the credit for building it goes to Joris Verhelst. He's a good friend of Christian and me from Belgium. He got top 32 in Utrecht, which I think is way more impressive. And yeah, he's mostly the inspiration behind, I think, at least me and a few other locals of mine picking up Reiju. Like the deck is insanely fun. I think you should give it a try. And especially if WoW is not as popular, maybe you can just start taking really hard for like Luffy, play multiple puddings, like 3 or 4 copies, and just go all in with the deck, because it generates so much card advantage. It pushes really strong. It does have some consistency issues in longer tournaments, but I think you should at least try it out. It's like really fun. And as I said, Joris wrote a decently detailed guide on Christian, my Patreon at Cloud Chasers. So yeah,
okay,
that's it about the deck.
Thank you for the interview, and see you to the next event.
No problem. Thanks for asking me.
Bye.